All right, we are live already. So hopefully this is working. Looks like we're good. Just check this, make sure I've muted the stream. Yep. All right, cool. I'll just give it a minute. I know this is fight night here in the US, so odds are no one's going to be watching this. All right, here we go. We've got some folks in already. Awesome. All right, we've got John. How are you, man? We've got Tupolev. Is that how you pronounce that? How are you? Parker. Hey, Jamal. How are you, man? Welcome. You caught a live stream this time. That's awesome. John says, "Hope the US is treating you well." Thanks. It is. It's been great. I'm actually starting to get a tan, which is awesome. We got Jaden, Lewis, Henry, Vibro. Wow, we got heaps of folks here already. So welcome. So I thought I'd give you a bit of an update about what's going on while I've been over in the US and doing some stuff. So, and you might have noticed, well, maybe not this week, especially though, my channel's been kind of quiet in terms of uploads. The first thing I want to mention, hey, we've got Lando here as well. How are you? Tokai Tim. We've got lots of people here already. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, guys. If you can, please give the video a thumbs up. Always appreciate that as well. So the first thing I want to mention is if you're not already subscribed to Pixie Lick's channel, just go over there now and watch it. The last video he posted was of him and I just having a noodle and a jam, and it was a lot of fun. So definitely head over there and check that out. Yeah, I was so tired when we shot that video. I'd gone from Florida to Boston and just traveled all the way up there, and I literally hadn't slept almost 24 hours by the time we started filming. So yeah, I was a little tired. A few people made the comment of how come the video wasn't longer? I don't think I was making as much sense as I would normally. So it's been great. Boston is an amazing city. Steve is such a nice guy, man. He showed me around everywhere. So what I plan on doing very, very soon, he posted the video of us jamming. I'll be posting a different type of video. And yeah, it's going to be cool. I think you guys will like it. Just something a little bit different from the norm. So we've got lots of people here. Howdy, folks. So right now I'm in San Francisco. It's just like the tail end of my trip. And yeah, so I'll be leaving in 2 more days, unfortunately. 2 more days. But it's been good. It's been a really good trip. It started in Florida and then went down to, well, in Florida, went down to New Smyrna Beach to start with, and then I went down to Sarasota and I filmed a whole lot of left-handed guitars. So if you're a lefty, or even if you're not a lefty, if you just like cool guitars and stuff that's different, I filmed a lot of videos, a lot of shootouts. I played some 1950s and 60s electric guitars, or 60s and 70s, I should say, sorry. So lots of good stuff. And yeah, I got to meet Nick in the States as well when we were in Boston. As the night I got there, he was free, so we went into Guitar Center, and it was good fun. It was good fun. I think Steve's got all the photos from that, and maybe some video too. So he's going to post or FTP me some files, and I'll have them pretty soon, and then I'll put together a little video. So Yo Man says, "What guitar did I buy? I haven't bought one. I ended up getting a laptop. I know that's kind of uncool, but I thought, you know what? This is something that I'll be able to use. My old laptop's 7 years old, and it weighs more than most Les Pauls. So I did have an offer to get a left-handed electric from Jerry's, so I might take him up on that at some point. But I'm just going to make sure I'm not overextending my credit card while I'm away, because I have to pay it back at some point. So let me just say, both Orlando says, great to see you hang out with Steve and Nick. They're both awesome guys, man. Totally cool. It kind of felt like we knew each other for a long time. I guess we have virtually, you know, like over the internet. But yeah, it was great hanging out with those guys. They're just really genuine dudes, man. Really genuine dudes. And like I said, Steve Pixie Licks ended up showing me around everywhere the next day. We did heaps of stuff in the time we had. So yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, look, I had limited time in Boston. Someone just says, I wish I got a chance to meet you in Boston. I literally had, the night I got in, I had a few hours before I went to bed. well, I had like 4 or 5 hours, and then I woke up and I left the next evening. So I had like 4 p.m. So I had not a lot of time, but it was enough time to go check it out and hang out and all that kind of stuff. So I have a feeling we'll be doing more of these type of things at some point, whether they come to Australia or whatever. So I'm more than happy to, you know, show them around, do all that kind of stuff. It was great. It was really cool. Steve, man, he's a really smart dude. He's in it, you know, he knows everything about Boston. He grew up there and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty wild. I was in the middle of playing a song when I heard the live stream started. Thanks, Henry. Cheers, man. So I've been doing some gigs, man. I didn't play last night, but I played 4 nights before, all throughout San Francisco, and it's been great. I've been using this Epiphone Special 2 electric guitar worth about $80, and it rocks. It's so good. And I've got to say, I might have found the equivalent of a PV Bandit in a Fender amp. I've just put together a little video of it. I've been using it live, so I've tested it out, and it's awesome. And they're super cheap. I think they're even cheaper than the PV Bandits, no matter where you live. So I might have found a bit of a hidden gem in the gear market here. So Tupolev says, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, man. I've been to the Guitar Center in Boston. You should have went to the guitar shop in Ulston. It's near Boston. Someone that works there is a lefty, and I got to play a lot of lefties when I was there. Cool. I went to both of the guitar centers in Boston, actually. I went to both of them. I got a chance to do a whole lot of Guitar Search Saturday videos while I was over here with full permission of the shops. I ended up basically just saying, look, here's my card. This is what I do. Are you interested in me doing this? So I've got some really great footage of a whole lot of shops. It's great having full permission to do it. I had my really good camera, took it through and did a whole lot of stuff, interviewed one of the owners of the shops as well. We actually got recognized in a couple of stores here, which is hilarious. Yeah, in Boston and in Florida as well. So it was kind of funny. I actually am in San Francisco too, at another shop. So I did play one guitar in San Fran that was really nice. It's like a 59 Strat, had a big fat neck, you know, 5-way toggle switch, no hum cancelling on any of the positions. But it had modern frets. Sorry, it had vintage frets, which I can't stand. So it's they're like they wear out too quick. But anyway, I just didn't really feel like it was going to be that much of a better guitar than my Mexican one, to be honest. So I kind of decided not to go for it. That, and I can kind of get a good deal at Jerry's if I choose to buy something down the track. So yeah, things are going well. So you sounded great on Instagram. I can't remember what I posted when I posted that, but anyway. So yeah, Lando says, did I get a good price on the laptop versus Australian prices? I'll tell you, because I don't really mind. So here, for $1,000 or just under $1,000, right? Or just over, including tax. So that's the equivalent. That's the price I paid. The equivalent the equivalent laptop in Australia is $1,400, but I got a $350 free pair of headphones, like a wireless pack. You know, those Beats headphones. So they threw them in. I was like, all right, cool. I got $50 extra off the laptop too. So I thought, why not? So yeah, I thought I'd do it. I'm going to sell a whole lot of pedals when I get back to help cover the costs of all this stuff. But it was it was a good purchase. So I'm happy with that. What is your take in Australia being about to be in the Eurovision again? Oh, Eurovision. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really get into that, to be honest. I find some of the acts a little bit cheesy. Some of them are talented, I suppose. I watched it years ago, but I'm not that into the Eurovision. Randon says, did I already go to Florida? Yeah, that was my first stop. So I got a really cool car. I actually rented this really small Chevy. It's like a 2-door thing with a hatchback thing on the back. The guy goes, you know, for an extra $10, you can have that car. I was like, I'll take it. So I got a Dodge Charger, which was, you know, it's just a super cool car, man. It was just awesome. So I had a blast driving around. And that thing, I got used to it really quickly this time. It took me about an hour, and I felt comfortable driving. I've done it a fair bit here in the past. So Jamal says, next time you're in the States, I'll get you a ticket to Houston. Absolutely. I think I'm pretty glad I might have not gone there the other day, because I hear they got some hurricanes. So I hope you're all right down there, man. And next time, I plan on having more time to do other stuff. So most of this trip was catching up with a friend I haven't seen for 6 years. And the other part of the trip was doing some filming at Jerry's in Florida. And I got both of those things done. So I'm at Ed's place right now. He's a muso. He's got some amazing guitars up on that wall over there. So, yeah, his collection of stuff is just fantastic. So yeah, it's been a really cool trip. I got the chance to unwind. I didn't bring it, as I mentioned, didn't bring a laptop over. This is my first time using a proper computer since I left. So it's been good having the time off. The only thing I'm missing is my exercise patterns. I can't find a gym anywhere in San Francisco, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The cool thing is, though, tomorrow night, if you're in San Francisco, I'm going to be playing at Swig, which is on Geary Street. And I know I pronounced that with an American accent, but it's not Gary, it's Geary. So if you're in San Francisco, Ed and I will be playing there. So come up and say hi if you want to. Blimpus Rock Video says, did I visit Fisherman's Wharf? Yeah, I've been to San Fran like 5 times. So I went and did that again. I was going to go to the Golden Gate the other day, and I chose not to. And guess who was there? The Tone King was there. I didn't get a chance to hang out with him, unfortunately. But yeah, he was sort of passing through San Fran on his way to somewhere else. So it was one of those things. I probably should have gone. I've been to all the tourist stuff before, but I got down to Alcatraz, which was awesome. I didn't go on the island, but I took some video down there as well. So I plan on putting together a really cool travel video at some point, just to show you guys a little bit about what I was doing and all that kind of stuff. It won't be it's not like a bragging video or anything like that. There's nothing to brag about. It was literally just, I thought people might be interested in seeing some of the stuff I did with Pixie and all that as well. So yeah, like I said, if you just joined the stream, he's an awesome guy. Nick in the States is an awesome guy as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to shoot a video with Nick. It was really late when we first started filming, and I was fried by the end of it. Have you tried any amps that you've never tried in Australia? Yes, a couple actually, and one I demoed here at Ed's. I just rendered out the file, and I think it could be the PV Bandit Killer or the PV Bandit equivalent. And then Ed told me he paid around 65 or 75 bucks or something like that for it. And I just shook my head. So I've got a lot of really cool gig footage as well. So I'm going to sort of put a video together, showing you how the amp sounds live, all that kind of stuff. So I've been playing a lot of country music while I've been here. That sort of Americana stuff, not so much blues. I played with a 5-piece horn section the other night as well. The San Francisco horn section, and it was just awesome. I was just sitting in the back playing most of the rhythm. I had a few solos, but having a massive horn section behind, or in front of you, I should say, it was epic. My friend Ed, who I'm staying with, is one of the best tuba or sousaphone players you'll ever hear. Great guitar player, great singer, great bass player as well. But it was pretty wild. Foxy Gear Review says the Heritage Victory at Jerry's is amazing. It's a cool amp. It's definitely a cool amp. So all the demos I did at Jerry's, I used the Hot Rod Deluxe, and it was loaded with a Vintage 30, and it sounded great. The reason I use that amp is because it's got just the best clean channel. As any Fender amp, the clean channels are always awesome. And that particular one with the modded speaker sounded unreal. It was the best recording. Like, I watched a lot of the videos I did 3 and a bit years ago at Jerry's, and these ones are going to kill it. I used 3 4K cameras. Jerry had 2. I had 1 of mine. I used probably a better microphone this time than last time, possibly, or I got a much better sound on the recording. So I've about 40 videos I need to edit when I get back. And I'm not going to spam them out either, so don't get scared with that. I'm only going to do 1 or 2 a week, maybe with top and end of the week. All right, Mario says, say hello to Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Welcome. I have a large subscriber base in Brazil, which is awesome. So thanks for being a part of that. I think because I probably demoed some Brazilian pedals. Maybe word got out down there or something. I don't know. But yeah. All right. So when's the next summit? You know what? I haven't organized it. I've just had 3 and a bit weeks away and not had a chance to really do that. But I'll get onto it. Maybe in the next sort of week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm going to need a few days when I get back to get my head back into the other, the other time zone. And yeah. Hi from The Rock, not the one in San Fran. I was going to say, I wondered if they had internet access out there. The Canadian Rock. I haven't heard of that. That's awesome. Michael Cross says JJ Cale. JJ is one of my favorites. The last album I wrote was kind of like a, heavily inspired / homage to him. Just a great musician. All right. Hello from Kentucky. How you doing, Brian? All right. I know I missed a lot of questions before about gear. So if you do have some, feel free to let me know, and I'll get back to you. I guess everyone will be probably getting off YouTube soon, or maybe staying on YouTube to watch the stream of the flight. So yeah, that's going to be one of those things. I don't know how many people are into it, but I'm like interested to see. There's mosquitoes in here. I'm actually interested to see it more as a spectacle, more than anything else. So yeah, who knows? It should be fun. So what was the highlight trip in the US, or of my trip? Sorry. So one of the things that I really loved was there was a few things. Jerry took me to Siesta Key Beach in Sarasota, and that was beautiful. It was pretty nice. I met a lot of really cool people while I've been here too. One of the highlights was playing also in San Francisco with Ed with a 5-piece horn section. That was pretty awesome. I played a duo gig, which was great. But I got to say, like the highlight probably was almost Boston for me, man. I crammed so much great stuff into 24 hours, maybe 35 hours tops. I wasn't even there 2 days. So meeting Nick and Steve was great. Also getting to see, I can't really pinpoint one particular thing, but getting to hang out with Ed again after 6 years was great. And it's great to see how we've changed musically in 6 years too, because I remember last time I played here, I wasn't as, maybe didn't have the ear that I've got now for playing and picking up stuff. Like I've played a lot of different music since I've been here, from New Orleans to, and not just New Orleans stuff, but, very different changes. And it's great to sort of come back and see the players that are still here, and have a chance to play with them. All these guys I know from years ago. So it's been great. All right. So Mario says, what do I think about the Red Truck by Moore? I haven't tried that, man. I apologize, but let me look it up. Let's see if I can do that while I am streaming. I'm on very limited internet here, so hopefully the stream is all good. No one's complaining, so Red Truck. Let me see what it is, because a lot of these pedals are copies of... Oh, okay. I haven't seen this before, man. It's like a multi-effects pedal. You know what? I haven't tried that, but that looks great. I'd be really interested in checking that out. So let me, I'm gonna shoot them an email, see if they're interested. Do I have a PV Viper? No. But I'm keen to try them out too. They sound pretty cool. All right. In the Blue says, I hope you were treated as well as I was when I visited Perth and Hobart when I was in the Navy. It's been great, man. There's only been a few. San Francisco, sadly, is, it's a beautiful city, like physically, but it has a lot of problems. And not being here for 6 years, I've seen a whole lot more problems with the city now than back then. Yeah, I might put something together in a podcast about that and just to make sure I explain myself properly. But, to put it, in a short sort of context, the homeless problem's out of control, unfortunately. And I feel sad for them as well. But there's a lot of drug problems. I've seen people shooting up on the main streets, laying on the ground on the road. There's quite a few problems here, unfortunately. But you know, and it seems to be in areas of San Francisco. It's not everywhere. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of falling apart a little bit. People have lost a little bit of their, you know, there may be a little bit less pride in their city. Not everybody though. This is just, I'm generalizing, but yeah, you know, I see people just finish a drink, throw it on the ground. You know, that tells me no one has pride in their city. Like I said, it's not everybody, but yeah, there's a lot of like socio-economic issues here and drug problems as well. But anyway, Randon says homeless issue in SF is well known. It is, but trust me, it was 6 years break. I've noticed a huge increase in it. I've been here a lot too, so this isn't my first visit or second visit. I've been here maybe 5 or 6 times. Yeah. So anyway, let's move it back to something a little less depressing. But either way, I'm having a great time. I've had a lot of good food. I haven't put on too much weight, thankfully. I've been walking a lot. I did the day I hung out with Pixie Licks in Boston. We did, I think, 8 or 9 miles or something silly like that. So it's like 13 or 14 kilometers, and I've done that a few times now. So it's pretty cool. So Blimper says, do I ever play acoustic guitar? I don't own one anymore. I did own one for a while. I tend to only use them when I record. A lot of the stuff I play with my band doesn't lend itself to acoustic guitar. And most of the songs I use them on sort of like rhythm tracks on recordings. I never really feature them as an instrument. I use them more for filler. But they're a great guitar. You know, I got a chance to play a whole lot of great ones, and I actually demoed a whole lot of acoustic guitars this time. Everything from like 1940s onwards. So there's a whole lot of electric and acoustic guitar demos going up this time. My acoustic playing is not as strong as my electric, and I've never played as much guitar as I have right now. So my chops and flows pretty cool at the moment. I remember when I got to Steve's place when we shot that video. I remember thinking to myself, I think I'm feeling pretty good musically right now. Like, he's a great player, by the way. Like, he wipes the floor with me in terms of musicality. But I was at my best because I spent the last week doing nothing but playing guitar. So he's an absolute monster player, man. He's such a great player. Parker says he's always wanted to go to Nashville. That's one place I always say, yeah, I've got to go there. I think the next trip I do, if I come over here again, like the next 3 years or whenever, I'm going to get a car and just drive up through a whole lot of places and then drive back across the LA or San Fran or something like that. So, and go through all the places I keep saying I'm going to go to, but I never do. All right. Is Pixie from Boston? He is, yep. Any thoughts on Takamine? I think they make great guitars. Their acoustics are awesome. Their pickup system's pretty decent as well. I don't know if it's the best pickup system out there, but it's by no means one of the worst. All the Takaminis that I've played, or Takamine guitars I've played over the last 5 years at Chops and all that kind of stuff, have all been good. So Scatbrain says, sorry if I missed it. Where are you now? I'm in San Francisco. So just hanging out for the next couple of days. Ed had a wedding tuba gig he had to go to. He's doing like a one section gig, the guy I'm staying with. So I thought I'd just hang out and have a day where I'm not doing quite as much walking as normal. Here we go. Kin Magazine. Everybody read his comment. That's pretty funny. All right. Am I going to be playing the Boston anytime soon? No. I've been through Boston and I'm on my way home in the next couple of days. So maybe next time I'm over, I'd like to do some playing over there. A good friend of mine, his wife lived in Boston for 10 years and she only recently moved to Australia. So I got a message saying, like, you know, check out these places. So maybe next time. The cool thing about San Fran is there's lots of really great little venues everywhere and lots of jam nights, and the standard is really good. People were playing like I Wish, you know, that sort of funk song. So, and they were really doing it well. So it's a very different standard. There's horn section, you know, or guys playing sax and trumpet and all that kind of stuff coming out to the jams. I'm going to say the harmonica players here are actually pretty good. I've never said that in my life. All right, so Showman Blue says, how many years playing before you were happy with your playing skills? That's an interesting question. I never really feel happy with my playing, and I think most guitar players don't, even if you are competent. I look at my consistency. Like if I can play live and do something and it comes out the right way, like 90% there, then I'm happy. I know when I don't touch a guitar, like I did last time I went to Jerry's, for example, 3 years ago, I hadn't played for 6 weeks, and I think it showed. Like I was really uncomfortable. I think my playing's pretty consistent, and that's what I go for. If I get unsatisfied or dissatisfied with my playing, I'll tend to want to learn new things. And I hit the wall with my playing, you know, a while back. I was just so sick of hearing it. And then I saw Chris Kane, and you know, on YouTube, he was the guy that like got me re-energized to want to play. And I told him that when I met him. I said to him, man, you were the guy that got me out of my rut, you know, and he was sort of humbled by that. But, you know, yeah, you just got to, if you're bored with your playing or if you're not happy with it, you just got to just keep at it, man. I just go by how well my flow feels. If I'm flowing well and I'm sort of coming up with stuff in my head and hands in the moment, that's cool. That's cool. Jamal says, did I meet John Way? No, I'm not sure who that is. Sorry, man. Pixie's channel introduced me to amp sims, never going back to tubes. That's cool, man. You know, his setup at his place is great. Like we both just plugged into this mixer or sound card, and he had it running through his computer, and it was great. Yeah, he's nailed that whole thing. So it's really cool. Lando says, take care. Have a good trip back. Thanks, man. All the best, and I'll speak to you soon for sure. Next live summit, you're on it too, so hang about for that. I'll email everybody. All right, so seems like the Tone King is in California. Yeah, he was in San Francisco just yesterday, but he's went to San Diego or somewhere like that. He's posting all of his travels on Instagram like I've been doing as well. So if you want to see some of the stuff I've found while I've been here and, you know, just little pictures, you can check out my Instagram as well. Can you post some of your show? Absolutely. Yeah, I filmed the first set the other night at this really cool place called the Lucky Horseshoe, I think it's called. It used to be called Skips when I was here last time, but they've changed the name or been bought out or something like that. And it was laid back. It was like a sort of country Americana set. And it was awesome. You know what, though? I've learned, like, one thing about myself now. I kind of feel like I'm done with buying gear. Like, I've been playing through a $150 rig, literally, like a $90 guitar, $65 amp, and it sounds good. So I think I'm kind of not gonna really, unless I sell something and I've got my heart set on something. I really don't think, you know, buying any more amps and stuff for myself is really going to make that much of a difference to my playing or sound. A good clean tone through anything works great with my pedals. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's a valve amp or not, or a tube amp. Kin says, you are the guy that inspires me to play better, Shane. Oh, thanks so much, man. No, man, far out. All right, so did I ever explain why I passed on the Toman thing? I did. Yeah, so the last live Hangout stream that I did with the Google, the Hangout, the community Hangout one, I explained that towards the end. I just wasn't comfortable with it, man. It just felt kind of like something I wasn't interested in for a number of reasons. You know, some of the people there I don't really want to collaborate with, but also the short way of saying it is I like the concept of it, and I think it's a good thing for those who want to go, but it's just not for me. Like, my channel's niche isn't all mainstream stuff most of the time. It's like stuff you don't find everywhere. And I like that. I like being a bit different and doing my own thing. And, you know, if I want to collaborate with someone, then I can meet up with them and do that. Having a company fly me out with the non-obligation to do anything while I'm there. Well, it just didn't sit right with me. I don't like taking advantage of stuff like that. So, you know, if it feels fine and it goes well for all the guys who are going, I might do it at some point. But yeah, if you really want to hear my explanation, I think I covered it pretty well towards the end of that Google Hangout live stream thing. So, how do you do that hiding the pick trick? That's a great question. You know what? I'll do a video on that. The trick is, actually, I'll show you now. Let's see, I think I got a pick in my pocket here. My only pair of jeans here. Here we go. So I hold my pick kind of funny. I hold it like this. A lot of guys will hold it like that. Or, oh, I don't use the point, right? I use the side. So I always use the side. A lot of the time I've got it like this. Hang on. I got to try and think playing wise. Yeah, I'll hold it, hide it. I'll do a video on it. It's hard. Without a guitar, it's hard for me to show you exactly. But yeah, there's just ways of holding it that you can use while you're doing certain things. And it just sort of works. You can flip it back out easy and grab it again. So that's just something I've worked out over the years. Phil Smith says, honestly, that's what I like about your channel, not being a sellout to some brands. Yeah, it did feel like being a bit of a sellout going. And I know I don't want to make the assumption that the people going there are, because they're not. There's a lot of good people going. But I just didn't want to be a part of something that just didn't interest me, to be honest. It was that simple as well. Like, do I want to fly all the way to Germany just to do gear demos for a big company? No, that's not it doesn't interest me at all. I got so much gear demos I can do. Like, why would I want to do what everyone else is doing? That's a big part of it as well. Like, the video I'm going to post with Pixie will be completely different to, I guess, anything that I'd be able to do over there. Unless, of course, I went over there, took advantage of that company paying for everyone to fly over and just didn't shoot any demos and we vlogged everything else. Like, I don't know, man. It just, that doesn't sit right with me either. So, yeah, I don't think enough. Anyway, I won't get into it. If you want to hear my full explanation on it, like, I'm all for it. For people who want to go, that's totally cool. But yeah, just check out my other live hangout that I did with the community. It'll be my second most recent video, other than this. So. All right, Showman says, Shane, you have some interesting guitars, and I love your info on the amps. Thanks, man. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, for me, I'm a bit of a niche when it comes to gear. I don't just do all the stuff that I don't work with wholesalers or companies directly in the, like, big companies, I should say. So I just prefer to, like, if I'm going to fly overseas and shoot videos, I'll do what I did this time, is go to somewhere that's niche, like Jerry's Lefty Guitars. Like, it's just a great left-handed guitar shop. It sort of suits my channel, suits my style, and it's different, man. Like, I don't know, Warwick and other brands don't interest me at all, and they make great stuff, but it's just not for me. Yeah, Phil says, when a YouTuber gets paid by a company to do a review, yeah, see, there's two, basically, paid reviews. Paid favorable reviews are one thing. Being paid for your time to produce a video for a company is different. If you remain unbiased, then that's fine. But if you promote it just because you're being paid, that's not cool. I think that's one of those things that you're seeing a lot of larger channels do that, and it's not cool. Lightning Boy Audio, total lack of guitar solos right now. Yeah, it's one of my nights off, man. I've been playing a lot of guitar lately, and it's been awesome. I have your pedal in my bag, by the way. It's the new Lightning Boy, sort of like a volume crunch boost pedal, and it's mighty. So when I get home, I'll be doing some videos of that. Might need a few days before I start filming because I'm going to be out of it. The jet lag when I get home always kills me. Got several Joyo pedals when you were in your Joyo fanboy days. Yeah, they started those quite some time ago. They still make good stuff. I stand by my word, you know, for price to performance and tone, they're great. Shane, I listened to your PB Bandit live. You didn't. I hold the pick like you. I take that from an interview from Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't really know how he holds the pick, but that little trick where you flick it into your hand so you can finger pick is cool. So I'll get a video up on that. That's really great. So what music have I been listening to lately? You know what? It's a bit of a sad state of affairs because while I'm over here, I've got my phone, but it only works on Wi-Fi. So I didn't get a SIM card this trip. I just thought I don't need to worry about it. And that kind of means I haven't had access to like Pandora or Spotify and all that kind of stuff. So the two channels I'm listening to most on Pandora, Chris Kane Radio. I'm still loving that guy's guitar playing. That, if you don't know Pandora, it's essentially like you'll hear your favorite artist and then it'll, you know, put sort of similar styles of artists in a radio station essentially, and it's great. So I've been listening to that. What else have I been listening to lately? You know what? I've been listening to White Zombie again, which might surprise a lot of people, but yeah, I kind of like that old school heavy stuff. Vintage Ale says it's 3 degrees and snowing here in Canberra. Oh no, man, that sucks. That sucks. I know Melbourne's been cold, so I'm not looking forward to that. I commend a lefty for doing so well, as it really limits the choice of axes. Great job, Shane. Well, that's the cool thing. That's why I wanted to go to Jerry's too, because he's got stuff that no one else will have in a lefty, which means not only if you're a left-handed, but even if you watch the channel and you're right-handed, you're going to love some of his guitars. They're just beautiful. They really are. They're great. William asks, have I tried the Joyo Clons amp? I haven't tried that before. You're flying from east to west, so if so, the jet lag should be okay. I always seem to feel it the day after I get home. I don't know why, but Boxcar says, please remain calm. I got my Guitar Search Saturday t-shirt this week. Oh, fantastic, man. Cool, thanks. I wear mine around here. Actually, while I filmed a few episodes, I had it on. And yeah, people are like, what does that even mean? Like, so that's awesome. Earthskill says, really enjoyed your video where you went through some major CDs that influenced you, giving these albums a listen. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. It's probably a few years ago since I did that. Drew Gamble. How are you, man? Just a shout out from Melbourne. Really cool to see you over there. Will you get to see JJ Gray while you're there? I didn't, man. I unfortunately didn't get to see him. And to be honest, don't you want to come back and jam up the hills? Man, it's just so different here. It really is. Even like the jams. I've just played with so many great musicians over the last few weeks. You know, guys as good as Brian and a few other of our friends, and the bass players are great. You know, 5-piece horn section. It's just a whole different vibe. Better song choice. None of the same old stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I think I'm might be cured of the jam for a little while back home. I'm going to need some time to reacclimatize to the same 12 songs on repeat. All right, so Lincoln says you've been listening to Queens of the Stone Age. Cool. I don't know much of their stuff. I'm really bad with band names, but when I hear songs, I'm like, hey, yeah, I know that one. Watchman says, La Sexorcisto, 1965. Man, that's probably my favorite song on that album. It's really great. Sorry about the mosquitoes, you guys. Did you have a chance to try a Michael Kelly guitar? No, but I was in the studio yesterday. My friend was doing some recording, like bass stuff, and they had one in there. It was a right-handed one, but I had a quick look at it. I was like, hey, it looks pretty good. It's the first time I've actually picked one up. All right, did I check out that Seafoam green Collings? I did. I didn't demo the green one. He had two identical ones, so I demoed the red one. Um, awesome guitar. That was really high on my hit list of stuff. What do I think of Johnny Winter? He's great. Yeah, great singer, great guitar player, or was. Yeah. Blackie says, love the video with Pixie. I hope you enjoyed your time in America. It's been awesome. It's been a whole lot of fun. Just the last couple of days. Tomorrow night, I'm playing live for a few hours, actually, with I'm help hosting the jam up here, which will be fun. It's at a place called Swig. So if you've just joined and you're from San Francisco, head up to Swig and say hi. It starts around 8 or 9 o'clock or something like that. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There we go, Woodzo's. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, Guitar Mods here. How are you, man? Thanks for dropping in. And folks, check out his YouTube channel, by the way. He's got lots of cool videos if you're into sort of fixing stuff up and checking out guitars and what they look like on the inside. Playing in Sydney anytime soon? No, not really. I don't know. Maybe I should start booking more gigs. I'm so lazy when it comes to that stuff. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if my friend Ed makes it, the guy I'm staying with here, if he makes it to Australia, I'll try and book some shows. He's an exceptional talent. So, and I'll just back him because he's fantastic. What's my thoughts on Gary Clark Jr.? I think he plays great. I think he's a good songwriter too. Like the stuff I've heard from him, both live and on albums, is pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Winston says, what do I think of Mexican Strats? I just got one. I love mine. I think it's great. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, if you missed it, I had a chance to buy, but not buy. I came across a 59 Strat, and I just started to question how much better it actually sounded than the one I had. So I think they're great. I think they're really great. All right. Yeah, I'm going to bring the video camera tomorrow. Braden says, was it Braden? Sorry, Showman says, film the gig tomorrow. So I will. Cool. How about a Canadian tour? Problem is with traveling like that, man, like unless you get places to stay and all that sort of stuff sorted out, it just gets way too expensive. So yeah, this was the first time in 3 or 4 years, or 3 years, over 3 years since I left my job, that I felt like I could go home and pay back what I spend over here. Literally, like going on another holiday / vacation tour wouldn't be a smart financial decision right about now. I might even just go back and do some IT work part-time for, I don't know, a month just to cover my costs, but we'll see how we go. Speaking of which, any tips on how to brighten the Made in Mexican Strat neck pickup? All right, so there's one thing you can actually do. Like, look at the angle of it. What you want to do is turn the screws so the bass pickup is the bass side, so the side closest to the fattest strings is lower, and you want to raise up the height of the treble side. That can help. But you've got the right guy to ask in here too, because Guitar Mods, he's the man when it comes to this stuff. So that would be cool. All right, so I have a $300 Japanese Strat from '94. That's absolutely nothing to be shamed about in comparison to the Masterbuilt John Cruz 96 from the studio. That obviously cost me way more. And that's the thing, like when I had that guitar in my hands, the 59, it's kind of like a custom shop, but it's not a custom shop. It's whatever that one is below that, the Pro Series or whatever. Then yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot in it. It's just, it had the flame maple neck and a big neck, which was cool. But, you know, you're paying a shitload more money just for what, really? Like, tone-wise, it's not going to be better. It's going to be different. So that's why I ended up just deciding to keep my Mexican one. I love it. And it's not going to make me play any better. That's what everyone makes the diff. Look, if you got a crap guitar and the action's this high, then yeah, a good guitar is going to help you play better. But if it plays fine, it's not really going to change your playing that much. You can call me Nelson. Sorry, man. I like to use the username. So, all right. Shane, Blues Deluxe or Blues Junior? That's from Michael. How are you, Michael? Now, it just depends on what you want. If you want an amp that isn't going to get too loud, the Blues Junior is the way to go, and it's really light. The Blues Deluxe is super loud and very heavy. So if you're playing with a loud drummer, Blues Deluxe all day. If you're not, Blues Junior is a great option. You can also mic them up sometimes, depending on where you're playing too. But I'd say overall the drive sound on a Blues Junior is great because it's got the master and gain control. But the Blues Deluxe clean as wipes the floor with the Blues Junior. All right. Yeah, different. So this is from Philly. He writes, different doesn't mean better or worse, just different. And that's how I feel about a lot of guitars that I play. I'm like, how's this going to change my sound? And if the answer's not much, then I don't need it. I'm really starting to come to that decision or conclusion that irrespective of the guitar, if it plays well and sounds good, getting a double of the same thing is just going to be different and not better. So I'm a big fan of not getting suckered into that anymore. And that's the thing with pedals too, man. You know, like the only time, I'll just speak freely, like the only time pedals are going to change your sound is if they do something different to what you've already got. I'm starting to work out, like I played a different dude's amp the other night. I played a Fuchs on the clean channel, and he had a OCD pedal. And I don't use them live, but I dialed in my sound. Like, how different was it? I didn't hear anyone complain. So, you know, it was one of those things. Like I can, once you know what sound you like, you can kind of dial it in from anything. And then if you end up buying something else, looking for a dramatically different sound, it doesn't always happen. You always end up sort of dialing in the sound that works for you. So what my point is, if one Strat has less treble, you might go over to the amp and turn the treble up to sort of equalize that sound you have in your head. Did you hear that Marshall are going to discontinue the DSL 40 amps? I haven't heard that. The new ones are kind of not great anyway, like those Indonesian made ones. I think they're like, all right, so the clean channel in the first gain stage is all right, but the second gain stage, I didn't really get it at all. Everyone kept telling me, go try one, see what you think of it. So I did. And I just wasn't overly blown away by it. So I don't know, maybe they're not selling. Maybe they sell more of something else. Or maybe I couldn't get the sound I was happy with. And that's the thing for me now, like 6L6 output tubes is the sound I like the best. And DSL 40s and Blues Juniors and that don't have that. So Showman says, I'm completely over the pedal thing. Basically, I figured out I'm not the kind of player that needs them at all. If I keep buying stuff, I always find a way to sound like the same stuff I already have. And that's exactly right. So much of this, that's what people don't take into account. Like, pedal companies will release a million different pedals each, you know. But if you were to be given any one of those five, for example, 5 overdrives, you dial it into how you would want to hear it. And most pedals you can get that from. I don't care if I'm playing a Wampler, Tube Screamer. Look, they have their subtleties in terms of tone. Some have more mids and more treble and less treble and all that kind of stuff. But for me, functionality is king. If I can put a pedal on and go click and it sounds great, then I'm happy. And the less fiddling I have to do, the better too. I think I'm starting to work that out. Are any of my guitars next tilted via a shim? They're not. They just play fine. Yeah. John and Mario, man, they guys crack me up. That's hilarious. The biggest problem with the Blues Deluxe is it's very bassy / boomy. I don't find that with mine at all. I have the bass down at 9 o'clock, so it's not all the way off. It's kind of like sitting horizontally to the left. and that's fine. It depends on your guitar and your pickups and all that kind of stuff too. For me, I don't find it overly boomy, but everyone likes different stuff. My suggestion would probably be try to find a speaker that has less low end, if that's the case, or less mids, depending. People get confused between bass and mids and low mids as well. So, all right. So Luca, I think that's how you pronounce that, says, I got an OD8X drive after watching your review. Great pedal. They're awesome pedals. Still one of the best cheap pedals ever. All right. So Shane, your rule just caught the tail end of this. My night home from a wedding. Enjoy the rest of your chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, Nelson. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. We might have to get you on one of these summit chats if you're interested too. So let me know if you're keen, and yeah, it'd be good to expand the pool. Phil says, I like Andertons, but they're clearly promoting products to sell. I take them with a pile of salt. Yeah, look, I mean, they are a shot. Look, they're a fun group of guys to watch, and there's some talented guitar players on their channel. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, post-production can sometimes be a little misleading. But that's their business, you know. They've developed a really good system and business, and I don't dislike the guys. I just dislike dishonesty. My favorite pedal is the Bad Monkey. Awesome stuff. Hey, Ed! How are you, man? This room might look familiar. Ed's just joined, so he was the guy I was talking about earlier. We were going to get down to Australia and do some shows. And if you're in San Francisco, guys, check him out. He's a monster muso. And yeah, I think he's got a really great music video on his channel too. So go over, take a look, and leave a comment on that. He'll appreciate that. Almost 5 a.m. there. Should be sleeping. Man, what time is it here? It's only 8 p.m. It's fight night tonight too. So we'll see if we can watch snippets of it on illegal YouTube streams. Did I stop by any shops in Orlando? Not in Orlando, no. I just sort of drove out of it, but I did go to a few guitar shops in Florida. There's some episodes of Guitar Search Saturday being filmed, that I've filmed there already. And that's one of the shops I got recognized in as well. It's kind of funny. Enjoy the rest of your stay. Be safe going home. Thanks, man. And yeah, I'll have more videos coming up on the channel pretty soon. I haven't had I haven't had a computer with me, so I've got like 40 videos sitting on this hard drive right here that will get edited down. I just kind of almost finished one before, so I might upload that tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I'll have some interesting videos coming up and stuff that's a little bit different, which is always cool. I always like having a bit of a weird niche on YouTube. So anyway, guys, thanks heaps for hanging out. And if you're still watching, I think there's like 90 people here or something. Please give the video the thumbs up. That's always awesome. Or if you didn't like it, you don't have to. That's fine. But yeah, look, there's going to be a lot of fun content going up. And I did some different things with these videos. I took a lot of suggestions on board, especially for Jerry's when I was down there filming. So people that wanted to know certain things about guitars that I never mentioned prior to these videos. So that should be cool. And I try to keep them a little bit more lighthearted as well. Maybe not so just bland. So we'll see how they come up anyway. All right, guys, rock on. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everybody for having a chat and asking some questions, all that kind of stuff. Appreciate your time. And yeah, I'll catch you probably the next time I'll see you on a live stream will definitely be when it's cold again when I get home. Totally sucks. But at least I got a little bit of a tan. Not much, but just a little bit. So, all right, rock on, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, keep tuned for the video I'm going to upload maybe tonight or tomorrow. Could be the PV Bandit Killer or the equivalent. So yeah. All right, guys, rock on. Sorry if I missed your questions. Feel free to post them again on the archive of this. It'll stay on YouTube, so I'll answer you there. Thanks, guys. See ya.